Hello everyone, my name is Xiaoyu Chang, PhD student under supervision of Professor Rui L.C. from City University of Hong Kong, Studio for Narrative Spaces, and these are the co-authors of the work. Sorry to keep you waiting. Recovering from negative consequences resulting from service robot unintended rejection. Imagine when you go to the mall and order a coffee from a robot, and instead of serving you, it's busy serving others. How do you feel? This study is about what movements for robots to do in that situation to overcome negative feelings. And this is our experimental setup, which made of a robotic arm, central kitchen, pickup area, and takeaway area. The participants stand in front of the pickup area, ask for the 3 beverages delivered by the robotic arm. There are a lot of previous work studying human rejected pet technology. For example, this is the work focused on studying negative consequences result from non-human not robots rejection using a ball tossing game with 2 robots. And this work shows that what is important thing to consider when we have more interactions with the robots is trust and competence. Trust and competence can be gained or lost. Previous works have been explored lots of strategies for trust repair. These are explanations, promise, call for help, apology. This leads to our research questions. The first one, when a robot ignores you, what is the impact? And second, how to overcome this perceived rejection? And third, does nonverbal remediation affect humans' waiting time for the further robot service? To answer these questions, we have 2 service conditions. The first one is acceptance, and the other one is unintended rejection. And this is the video recording of the acceptance conditions, for example. And we started 2 remediation strategies for trust and competence recovery. The left-hand side is favor rendering, which means after rejection, the robot delivers a cup with next time free coupon to compensate the participants. And the other one is apology, which is the robot compensates the participants by bending its body. Our study design as shown. We have 3 groups. The group 1 is control group. Participants first experienced acceptance and did the survey, then experienced the rejection, did the same survey, and then experienced a pure rejection for studying waiting time, then conduct a semi-structured interview. The group 2 is different from after acceptance. The participants experienced the rejection with favor rendering remediation strategy. The group 3 is experienced rejection with apology remediation strategy. Each group has 10 participants. Our survey is focused on measuring trust, perceived competence, general support, and negative attitude towards the robot. And this is the one example from video recording screenshots. The participants first experienced the acceptance and then experienced the rejection with favor rendering remediation strategy. This participant shows some social reactions to the robotic arm, such as a smell, wave hands, or frown. And we had collected some key findings here. The first key findings, we found that people actually felt rejected when robots ignored them. And as shown in Figure A, we measured perceived exclusion of acceptance and unintended rejection service conditions. And we found that there is a significant difference between these 2 service conditions. And as shown in Figure B, these are some examples of participants' social response to nonverbal unintended rejection, such as hand cross, arm cross, or hand tilt. We also found that when a robot ignores you, trust and perceived competence, general support reduced. We measured perceived trust, perceived competence, general support, and negative attitudes. And as shown in figure A, B, C, that perceived trust, perceived competence, and general support, there is significant differences between acceptance and unintended rejection service conditions. But for negative attitudes towards the robots, there is no significant difference between these two service conditions. Through studying two remediation strategies, we also found favor rendering is better at trust and perceived competence repair than apology. We compared control group and apology and favor rendering group. We found that, as shown in figure A and B, perceived trust, perceived competence, there is significant difference between these three groups. And we also found for the general support negative attitudes, there is no significant difference between the control group and two remediation strategy group. Favor rendering and apology can repair trust and competence, but cannot repair to the same level as acceptance service condition. And figure A is comparison perceived trust between acceptance and favor rendering and apology. Figure B is comparison of perceived competence between acceptance service condition and favor rendering and apology, these two remediation strategies. And in the right-hand side is a screenshot of participant shows positive response to the favor rendering remediation strategy. The last key finding is remediation strategy can make the waiting time longer. And as shown in the figure, we compare the waiting time between the control group, apology, and the favor rendering remediation strategy groups. We found that in favor rendering remediation strategy group, waiting time is much longer than apology remediation strategy group. Then there is no remediation strategy group. What do these findings tell us? The first implication is that benefits of robots' nonverbal gestures in human-service-robot interaction. And also, when we perceive the rejection, robot design with the remediation strategy is better than there is no remediation strategy. This work is supported by Studio for Narrative Studio. Thank you for all my co-authors and group member support. And thank you my supervisor, Professor Riao C. and the City University of Hong Kong, Hong Kong LGC General Research Fund. Thank you all.